Hey Matt, what are we talking about today?
I don't know. We need to plan something.
We always do this to ourselves.
Yeah, we do. Hey, wait, I have an idea. How about Boy Meets World Season 6, since we finished it last night?
That's a good idea.
Let's do that.
All right.
I'm Matt.
I'm Brian, and we're the Retro Sons.
Season 6 went from 1998 to 1999, and it was 22 episodes. Started out exactly where the last season ended, at the graduation, after Topanga asked Corey to marry him.
Yeah. Overall, I think it was a good season.
It's probably... I don't know, it's probably my least favorite season.
Well,
and the reason was Corey.
Corey was
horrible
awful in this season, yeah.
He was self-centered, he was greedy, he was
Just
very mean.
Mm-hmm. Like when Topanga told him to be honest all the time.
Yeah, and he thought it was a joke. He kept, going to Sean, watch this.
Yeah, right.
He was horrible in the season.
Right. Yeah. And on Valentine's Day, he just wanted to be with Topanga no matter what anyone else wanted or what kind of plans anyone else came up with.
Yeah. And Sean didn't seem as dumb in this season. He went through a lot. Like, his father died in this season.
Yeah.
And he went out on the road to try and figure out... Well, at the end of the last season, he wanted to work and didn't want to go to college. And at the beginning of this season, they kind of glossed over that. They're like, I decided to go to college and work at the same time. They kind of just glossed over it.
Yeah. So now they're all in college and getting ready to that life, getting used to that life. And on the first day, Corey signed up for all the hardest classes, didn't he?
Yeah.
Didn't want to back out of it, so he went to Colorado to get Mr. Feeney's help.
Yeah, because Mr. Feeney retired at the end of the last season.
Yeah, he actually went through with it and moved to Colorado.
Yeah. Then in the first or second episode, he came back
and
he was going to college. He was in this class that, not Corey, Eric was in.
Mm-hmm.
And then the teacher, or the dean, I guess, who was the teacher, liked him and asked him to teach. Then in the very next episode, he wasn't a student anymore. He was just teaching there already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's funny they call attention to that. Or for some reason, Corey's like, I was in kindergarten and Mr. Feeney was my teacher. He was my teacher in every single year.
Yeah.
They always call attention to little details like that.
Yeah, it's funny. I thought that was probably the funniest part in the season.
Corey's funniest part anyway. The funniest part was when Eric ripped his shirt through his fly.
Yeah, that was.
But Eric and Jack get a new roommate, so Sean moves out so she can...
Yeah. Well, they get a new roommate because Sean is moving out. He doesn't move out because of that.
Oh, I guess I'm...
Yeah, he moved out to live with Corey at college.
Oh, I guess I misremembered that part.
Yeah. And remember, he's moving out, and they're like, what are we going to do for a roommate? And then she comes out of that apartment that everyone in that place seems to live in.
Right. I remember that now.
Yeah.
But then Jack and Eric are fighting for her attention.
Yeah.
Through most of it. Very stupidly, too.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not the smartest.
So Eric, would you say he's the dumbest in this season?
He's pretty dumb. Sean wasn't as dumb as he was in the last season, but Eric is dumber, I think.
Yeah.
Even in his main storylines, when in the past he was smart and with it. Even in those ones now he's dumb.
Yeah.
I think he's dumber in the next season, but I don't remember.
Probably. I mean, he seemed pretty dumb this season.
Yeah.
But like you said, when he had his main stories, he had a pretty serious one there when he wanted to adopt that kid.
Yeah.
So
that's probably the least dumb episode he was in.
Yeah, but he still had that dumb moment when we spoke of earlier when his fly was down and he somehow closed his shirt in it. Yeah. And instead of fixing it, he just ripped his shirt off through his zipper.
And later he was wearing the shirt, so it didn't rip off of him or anything. No. So I don't know how he did that.
I don't know. Neither did his dad. But his heart's in the right place because he wanted to, when he was playing Santa too, he wanted to help all those less fortunate kids.
Yeah.
And that's how he became big brother to Tommy there.
The kid who he wanted to adopt.
Yeah.
So there was some pretty serious storylines in this one.
Yeah.
But there was some silly ones too.
Yeah, right.
And even though I say it was my least favorite season so far, it's still a really good season.
Yeah. And I think Topanga's story there was pretty serious too, with the teacher hitting on her.
Oh, yeah.
And then denying it. And
yeah, that was one of her most serious issues in the entire series.
Trying to use his position to get Corey in trouble for retaliating.
It was, Ben Savage's brother, Fred Savage.
Yeah.
From the Wonder Years.
Right.
He was the teacher.
Yeah, and he was like the cool, friendly teacher, so Sean didn't want to like testify against him, or he was hesitant to.
Well, he even said he was better than Mr. Feeney.
Yeah.
When he didn't know who he actually was.
Right.
But that was the one episode he was in. You never saw him after that.
Well, maybe something came of that, because Corey did get suspended for a day, and he got put on probation.
Yeah.
So, I think in real life, though, that kind of situation wouldn't resolve that.
Easily or quickly?
Yeah, for the good guy.
No, because Corey ended up punching him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he was threatened to get kicked out of school. Which we didn't say, but...
Yeah. I think Sean had the most, even though he wasn't in a lot of the season, it seemed like he had more storylines even than Corey, maybe.
I don't know if he had more than Corey, but he did have a lot in this season. Yeah. Like we said, his father died, and him and his brother were fighting more than ever. And
yeah, he found out that his brother's stepfather or someone paid for his college tuition.
For his college, and he wasn't happy about that.
Yeah, so then he hooked up his dad's trailer and went on the road to discover himself or something like that.
Yeah,
type of thing.
And Amy and Alan, Corey's parents, they had their child, and it was in the NICU for 2 weeks, 3 weeks,
something like that.
It wasn't breathing when it came out. Well, it was irregular and it couldn't breathe on its own. His own, I guess. It was a boy.
Yeah. Then Sean came back during that whole thing.
Yeah, because of that.
Mm-hmm.
And Corey couldn't come to reality with it.
Yeah, and that was during the whole Valentine's Day thing too. That wasn't as important as being with Topanga, or he just wanted to. He was in denial about all of it, kind of, and she tried to. Keep him
I don't
grounded.
know why they made Corey so bad in this season.
Yeah, like childish, or
he was my least favorite in this season.
Yeah,
I usually like Corey, but not so much in this one.
They did him wrong in this one.
Yeah, they did. I hope he gets better, but I know he's still kind of the same in the next season.
Right, we'll just wait and see.
I don't remember if he's worse or not.
I didn't remember him being like this.
I didn't either. Not so bad. I knew he was kind of like that, but...
I know he can be stubborn and stuff.
Yeah, maybe now that we're older, we kind of see it more.
Yeah, right.
I hope in the next season they kind of fix that. But like I said, I think Eric gets dumber in the next season, and I don't remember about Sean in the next season.
I don't either.
But it is good. And they didn't really concentrate much on their schooling or anything. It was more side stories.
Right.
A little bit they did.
I'm trying to remember.
There wasn't much. I mean, there was some... at the end of the season, Mr. Feeney starts dating the dean.
Yep.
He starts dating her in one episode, then in the very next episode, they're proposed and, they get married.
Yeah, I was going to say that,
it's, very quick.
Rush some storylines along.
Yeah, that one they rushed way, way too fast. Mr. Feeney's not the kind of guy who would meet a girl, date her for a week or two and then marry her. But for some reason they had him marry the dean. And that caused Eric to have a problem because everything in his life was kind of falling apart again.
Oh, right.
And Mr. Feeney, the one guy that was constant, got married, and it kind of threw Eric off a little bit. Not too much, not like he has been in the past, but a little bit. And that, again, they rushed that.
Mm-hmm. Was it in the season 2 when they announced to the family that they were engaged and they were making the speeches, and then the mom's like, "Why couldn't you go to Yale?" And then at the end, Eric said the same stuff.
I think that was the last season, season 5.
It might have been. Well, no, because she proposed at the end of that season, and then, they were together at the beginning of this one. She decided to stay.
Yeah. It must have been at the beginning of the season.
It seemed like it was a while ago, but... Because he, stole Mr. Feeney's speech. And then
he stole 2 speeches.
Yeah, and the dad locked the door when he ran out it.
Yeah, that might have been the beginning of the season.
I think it was.
And Eric's sister, Corey and Eric's sister doesn't seem to have much story time or any stories, really.
No,
she
not
just
really.
kind of makes a joke every once in a while on the side.
She did have that one where she wanted to, or was going to sing in the talent show when Corey was feeling inferior because of that artist that was his sister's age.
Yeah, and then he ruined her talent show.
Of course he did.
Because he was singing, yeah.
Yeah.
That was probably her biggest story so far. But they don't really concentrate on the sister too much.
No, I think she's always just been there for like the humor.
Yeah. But it is a pretty good season. I mean, we're making it sound bad, and I do think like it's kind of dropping off and becoming a little bit less good, but it's still a really good, one of the best series or seasons out there.
Mm-hmm.
Boy Meets World is one of my favorite shows from the 90s.
Yeah, and they dumbed Eric down, but they still managed to find good stories for him and like show that he's a good guy.
Yeah, he has a good heart and he means well. He's just not the smartest.
Yeah.
But if he puts his mind to it, he can be smart.
Right.
But he just doesn't. Oh, he was living with that crazy guy once.
Oh, yeah, right.
I forgot about that. That reminded me of that guy that Matt Perry was living in. Friends,
the
guy
goldfish
with the
cracker.
goldfish, yeah.
Yeah, right.
It was the same idea.
There's always got to be one like that on every sitcom, I guess,
Yeah.
from the 90s at least.
Yeah, it was funny though. So there is funny parts or serious parts, all kinds of good family fun, I guess.
Yeah, good balance of
Yeah,
all of it.
good balance. Yeah, they do have serious issues, but they have a lot of comedy in there to even it out.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, Corey was a horrible human being in this season.
He really was. And it seemed like even though they have the serious topics, they kind of still have a good resolution, a quick sitcom-y resolution at times.
Yeah, everything happens in an episode or two. Like, it all comes to fruition.
And like we were saying, when Corey was in trouble, it kind of easily went his way, and it in real life I don't feel like it would have.
No, I don't either.
So that's still...
It's still kind of sitcom-y, but it's kind of less sitcom-y than other sitcoms.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like, it seems kind of more real life than other...
It does.
I mean, crazy people, and like we said, things just work out the way they want. Like when another thing, when they ruined that the guy that liked Feeney's girl there.
Yeah, right. The other professor.
Corey and Sean wrecked his office, and they blamed it on Feeney.
Yeah, that resolved very easily too.
Yeah, it didn't go their way like they thought it would, but
no.
I mean, if you didn't watch the season or that episode, you wouldn't know what we're talking about, but. So let us know what you think of this season. Let us know what you think of the series. Let us know if you want us to do Girl Meets World. We're still willing to do that. We probably will, but I don't know.
I'm willing.
And you're willing?
I'm willing to. I'm curious about that one.
Me too. So we'll probably do Girl Meets World. We have one more season to go of Boy Meets World, so it'll be after those. But we'll see you in the future.
To talk more about the past.